Good morning, everyone. It is here in Washington State a very cool, very rainy, breezy day, and I am having a comfort. This isn't even breakfast. This is after breakfast. Actually, it is. Hold on. I don't know what time it is. I think it's around noon. So it's just going to be. I had a late breakfast. So it's going to be a brunch. How's that? Both. So I'm just having. So this is just standard Lipton tea that I poured hot water. I got this at Wajimaya in Seattle, Washington, and it's Japanese owned. They sell all the wonderful foods, the fresh Japanese cuisine, vegetables, and spices and seasonings and all of that. And then they also sell the dishes and things. So I've had this for probably about 24 years. My husband actually paid for it. So it was more of a gift than I got this. You know what I mean? So anyway, it's pretty standard. You open this thing, this basket comes out. You can either put loose leaf tea, or I put a Lipton tea bag in there. Close it up, pour it. So I love purple. So if you know me, you know I love purple. Today's an open collaboration. I'm going to get to that in a minute. I'm having lightly toasted white bread. It is Fran's brand old-fashioned buttermilk white bread. I'm such a foodie. I'm also having it topped with real butter, which is on there. And this, is that coming through? Marie, I'm failing you, girl. Bon Mama, good mother. Cherry spread or something like that, and I got it in a gift pack, and I have 2 left unopened. So that and I got a vintage little cup, and me and my granddaughter will fight over this. I'm not serious, but she loves it and she gets it right away if she's eating a meal here or stirring anything. So I got this at a vintage store, this cup, and I'm going to have this black tea, and I'm going to put the finest Walmart brand, great value, half and half. I usually drink my tea black, but it just felt like being comforted with this weather and this fun. I'm going to first create, I'm in a second color. So, as I was saying, an open collab, and it's hashtag color and create with us, You Rock Art. It's hosted at Rosemary's You Rock Art. So you join in. You just join. You just put this hashtag and @ in your description or your title, and she will know you joined up. My fingers are full of paint because I painted, and it's not dirt. I'm sorry. One of my thumbs is especially purple. Is it this one? Yeah. Looks like I got pulled over and printed, doesn't it? All right, I'm going to show you what I got. Yum, 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 yum. I see the hummingbird out there. It's raining. I'm glad they're back. They're not colorful in this area anyway that I've seen. You'll see a few that are turquoise and red sheened, but mostly they're brown. All right, welcome to my mess. Yes, yes. So, second cup of tea. And I wanted to ask you quick, if any of you use double-sided tape, what brand do you like best? I have finally, I think, decided that I like this. It is Scotch double-sided adhesive. Permanent, it says. And they're not kidding. If you get it on something, it's over. So I feel like it comes out easier, and it sticks better, it's stronger. I like the fact that you can see it. You know, you're going to put something on it anyway, so it doesn't matter if you see it. And these are just clear. I have another few brands, but I'm going to go ahead and order a good batch of this so I don't run out. Okay, so anyway, let me show you. Do you know what today is? It's actually not Monday, it's Sunday. But I'm going to put this up about 10 o'clock tonight, my time. Maybe a little bit early. Anyway, today is March 23rd, 2025, and it's National Puppy Day. And I wouldn't be me without a story. So, this is an ATC, an artist trading card, and I started with some cardstock, and I used the kind of I don't know what shade of green you'd call that. Maybe maybe a cross between sage and mint green. And then I tried to block it with, around with a purple ink. You, sir, were not a good idea. So it didn't work out for me. But I put some of this, oh, sorry, guys. Anyway, surprise. I put some of this on it. It came with a pack of scrap stuff. And I put that on the bottom. And I put happiness and some bling, because I love bling too. And a little pup. Do you remember, you're probably too young, back in the 80s, one of the fast food restaurants, I want to say Burger King, gave away little tiny, what they called pound puppies. They were smaller than your hand. I mean, if you were a kid, they weren't smaller than your hand. And so my kids were all about these pound puppies. And of course, the stores sold them in bigger sizes. And they were kind of flat. They weren't, I mean, they were 3D. They were three-dimensional, but they were flatter than a stuffed dog. Anywho, they looked a lot like this to me. So anyway, he's a patch. He's not a sticker. This is a sticker. It says happiness. This is a patch. Then there was a bone patch and a welcome home. And the reason for that is, here's the story. So there are 6 kids, and they live with mom, and they live in Annapolis, Maryland. And the kids have lived all over the country. What? Check this out. I don't know if you can see it or not. Okay, you can't. It was raining harder, and it was blowing sideways. Anyway, the kids have lived all over the country because Daddy is in the military. Let's say he was in the Navy. That's why they were in Annapolis. And so they could never get a dog because military housing had these rules. And, Mom had her hands full, 6 kids. Dad's always at sea. And so he said, all right, when I retire, when I go on my last tour on the USS Abraham Lincoln, I don't know, then we'll get a dog. But I'm gonna pick the dog because I'm fussy about my dogs. And so they went to the pound. They wanted to rescue a dog, that needed love. Well, they looked one day, they didn't find anything. There were a lot of breeds that they knew they didn't want. Too big, too small, too fussy, too hungry, So the next week they went back, and all they had were puppies. And this puppy was one of them. And Dad's like, I'm not taking a puppy. I am not taking a puppy. Everybody wants puppies. Let's get an older dog. Well, the kids all begged and pleaded, and, they were nice about it. And they put up their points about why a puppy would be good. They could train it. They'd all take turns. It didn't already have bad habits. It wouldn't be a biter. So Dad sits on the floor in the pen there, and the other puppies are all in the corner ignoring him. And this one jumped in his lap. And so this one came home, and they made a sign that said, welcome home. And they celebrated on March 23rd, 2025, which was that day they happened to go to the animal shelter, the pound, whatever. And so that was a really long, silly story, but I couldn't help myself. The other one will be shorter. So there you have that. Oh, I wrote on the back. Kendra full of joy, YouTube content creator, Washington State, USA, 3/23/25, that's today. The love of a dog, and it's raining today. Okay. Now, before I show you this, let me show you the back. Kendra full of joy, content creator, mom, grandmother, Washington State, USA, loves coffee, reading, art, rain, dogs, coffee, chocolate, thrifting, and friends, and more. All right, this is my first crack at it. I have I got this at a thrift store, children's watercolor paint set. I also bought myself a more adult one with more quality paints and so on. I didn't want to open it and use it until I practiced with the cheap stuff. Does that make sense? Anyway, and you'll see why. Bear in mind, this is my first crack at it. Here we go. So it was my intention to make these little bitty tiny, and I mean tiny, they're about the size of my pinky finger, just the tip. And they grow wild all over here. I think they're considered weeds, but they're beautiful. And they have tiny little purple flowers, and some are dark and some are light. And they grow on really tiny, thin, like this diameter of a piece of yarn stem. And then they have some bigger leaves growing up beside them. I don't know what they're called, I'm sorry. So I tried with the leaves and the stems, and I did a test one first. I actually like the flowers on the test one that I bailed because I did not like the stems. I like the flowers on this one better. So you can tell on this one how I did it. I took a purple Sharpie marker, same with this one. I took a purple Sharpie marker and I did the shape of the actual flower that I wanted it to be. And then I put paint on it. Well, you could see the Sharpie marker bled through because I abandoned it when I noticed how bad it looked. Okay, so maybe with each time I'm going to get better. I'm enjoying the thought of doing, watercolor. Also, I have a watercolor pad. I took a page out of it and I just cut it in the ATC size. So there you have it. Let me go here and go here. I'm going to try to set these up. I've got such a mess in front of me. So here we go. This is my create part. And now I will show you my color part, and I won't be long with that at all. All right, I'm going to do the second half of the color and create. So I did the create. This is the color, and this is the coloring book that I'm using, 100 Flowers Adult Coloring Book. I like this one because they haven't done all the shadows for me. A lot of the adult color books, they do way too much. They take too much liberty with the shadowing, doing dark ink, and I want to do that myself. So, if you've never thought to subscribe or say hi or like a video, I would just love it if you did. It lets me know there are people out there, because if you're not someone that regularly chats, then just a like will pop up and it doesn't say who did it, but I go, oh, there is another person. All right, it's not going to take me long. I'm not going to keep you because it's already too long a video. I'm just going to take some stills and go bap, bap, bap. Here it is. I'm thinking it's a pink rose, I think. I don't know. Hi there, it's done. I just wanted to give you a look. I used 6 different color pencils, 2 pinks, a red, a green, a purple, and a brown. And this is a blender for trying to make it look less like pencil marks, but it still does. So I always like to put something on there. I put my name and the date, and got a reddish rose here, or pink, whatever you want to decide that it is. And that's all I have to say about this. I realize I've only done one other flower here in this book, and I realized I used the same colors. Only the flower before would, let's see if I can find it. It's so funny. I have a type of colors I like. There's the last color one I did, so it was on 227. And that was the last time I did a color thing. So it's been almost a month. 3 weeks, I guess. So that's 1, and that's 2. And I'm not working in Rosemary's book. She has a book, which is fabulous, but I like to do other stuff sometimes. Sometimes I work in the book. I have it. Thank you, Rosemary, for hosting this for us every single week. Whether everybody, participates or not, you're there every single week. And I appreciate that. So I'm going to let everybody go. Thank you for watching my video. And if you haven't thought to do it yet, like, comment, subscribe. Take care and have a good week. Bye.